Hello, welcome back. Another week. This was a very interesting week. We on Thursday we closed negative 22.8, and then on Friday we had a bit of a pullback. But the standard deviations already is around like since I started, the standard deviation is around 2.9 per day. But I mean the last couple 3 months, 4 months, it's been around 1.5%. So we're really in that same range still. And that was mostly due to the whole Greenland situation, which was in the end obviously going to get resolved, and it did get resolved relatively quickly. And so all that standard deviation of movement kind of just still led us in the same spot. But it's still looking quite good. I mean, we did close negative 22.8. The only problem is after the whole Greenland thing, you can see here we kind of hit a new low right here, and then we went straight back up, which was fine. And then over here, we're gonna actually get out. We're gonna edge a slight gain for the week, and then on Friday, kind of did a pullback. So overall, let's see. Last week we closed slightly better than last week. This was a shortened week, so Monday it was closed. So that's also important because if we would have had another day, we could have easily probably been positive or maybe around here, but. Over here, we got the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ, I mean, it's not that good. It's still obviously around 8-9%, which is really good. But compared to SPY and Dow, it's not doing great. It's really basically been the same level, as you can see, since really kind of the high of beginning of October. It hasn't really gained much then. And then, since beginning of October, I mean, we were here. I mean, this low part, we still did lose quite a bit over here. And really this whole time over here, we've been the same. And it's been around 2 months. So today is the 24th. So here it's the 4th, I see, right? I guess around here. So you can see this November to December, December through January, and then that's 2 months. Actually, a bit 2 months. It's gonna get close to 3 months because we're gonna get. It's I guess in February 4th, it's gonna be 3 months. And hopefully around there, we start climbing back up, but we're still in the same range, which is the update. Outperformed 2 out of the 4 days this week. And really overall, NASDAQ's at 8.5. SPY is going quite strong. It's one of the strongest out of the 3. And you can see over here, it's still lost a little bit this week, but it's okay. And then over here, we're exactly at negative 24. So, and SPY is at 9.4, so it's right around the 10%. Dow did okay. It's actually now it lost 0.51, leading it to be at 8.25, so it's slightly under NASDAQ, I think. But they're all relatively the same, as you can see in this graph. And then here we're kind of at the same spot. And the new position I started is almost neutral. It depends on the day. It goes green, it goes red, but really, if I would have closed it right now, you can see it's kind of in this point where we've rebounded, and that's the point where my original short became neutral. So this was like the low, quote unquote, and then it kept on rebounding from here because in the end it kept on going back down and then going back up and then going back down, and in the end I decided to close it off around here, and that was the same area. So we're basically at the same spot. SPY hasn't really gained much, so it hasn't had a great effect, but it has at least not caused further losses. Comparison, so still at negative 23. And then here is kind of the whole thing happening. So Monday we did have quite a bit of a loss, leading to a new low. And then Tuesday, Wednesday had a good gain, and then Friday. Actually Monday closed, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday was okay. Still a little bit of a loss, but nothing crazy. 44 almost, so slightly improved. And 54, I haven't closed it, so it's still at 54. Our ratios didn't do that good this week. They kind of worsened. Standard deviation did get slightly lower, but the SPY did significantly worse on its loss just because of Tuesday. So it ended up losing like 2% on Tuesday, and that led to its loss decreasing by quite a lot, and then also led to the standard deviation slightly increasing. The ratios, as you can see, it actually, even though we did kind of a bit worse since last week, the difference almost doubled, so that's great. The standard deviation multiple also decreased, so that's good news. Transactions still at 27. Day trade, this is kept on, it's just going to keep on going lower. I don't really see them anymore I don't really see, maybe in the near future might go slightly up. I don't think so. Over here we got the current beta. So current beta, this is the first week where I've finally seen it go back up since like a while, probably since I started the short. And that's probably 2 months. So it's finally gone back up to 1 exactly. It was at 0.91, and that was expected, as I said last week, how due to this being a long position, it's gonna increase our beta. And so it's increasing it. I'm not worried if this goes back up 1.2, 1.3, maybe even 1.5. I wouldn't be that surprised. And my goal right now is just to bring the overall percentage up. And even if it goes higher, the overall beta since I started is going to go higher, and that's going to go closer to 0. And if that goes closer to 0, that means that there's going to be more alpha. So that's the goal. And there's going to be more alpha if the position ends up working out. If it doesn't, then you could have a 0 beta, but in the end you could have smaller returns, so you could lead to a smaller alpha. So it works both ways, but it's all right. And overall portfolio are exactly -24 hit right here. So -24, I think this might be the lowest one out of the weeks probably. But we were, I think, around -26, I think, on Tuesday. And then it's just recovered back up. So I think if I would have stayed in my other short, we would have been probably at the same spot. But what I like to see is that the position is not like just gone completely opposite of what I expected. It's just been doing nothing. The same thing has happened before when I started my short. It kind of just did nothing. And it's been just 2 months of just really no movement in either direction. So that's been a little annoying. So it's not really that I've been missing out on the move, it's just that there hasn't been a move. And hopefully if there is one, I get in the right direction. And yeah, that's everything. We just started a snowstorm, so it just snowed right now in Oklahoma. It just hit a snowstorm and it's pretty cold. We got probably like 2 inches of snow right now. Let me see if I can see. Y'all can see it, but here, let's see. Yeah, there you go. There's some snow on the ground, but nothing crazy yet. It's okay. Yeah, all right. See you next week, and new update next week. I think the quarter ends around beginning of March, actually. So that's going to be Q2, and then Q3 will start. And yeah, thanks for watching, and bye.